Hey everybody, I'm MLive's Nick Baumgartner here alongside Brendan Quinn at the Chrysler Center. Brendan, Michigan 82-70 over Purdue. Probably the most impressive win of the season. And the big question now, is it enough?
Yeah, I mean,
yes and no?
I don't foresee them losing out.
Yeah.
Because if they dropped their last two road games at Northwestern, at Nebraska, and then lost in their opening game in the Big Ten, you might have a hard case to make, but I don't see that happening. I see them at worst splitting their last two, and at worst winning one in the Big Ten. So right now, this is looking like an NCAA tournament team. I don't think you can't say anyone's a lock really, except for there's maybe like 30 locks in the country total right now,
and maybe not even that.
Right, and so I think more beyond trying to figure out what this thing's going to be. I think this group has a chance to not only sure up its NCAA tournament bid, but right now everything's going this way. The team is trending up. They're playing really well. They look like an NCAA tournament team, and there's a difference between getting in the tournament and like being a 7 seed or something,
falling into
something like that. Right, you can either fall ass backwards into an 11 seed, and God knows what you have to do to win a game, or you go be a 7 seed, and who knows what happens from there. You know, you play like teams, similar teams. And you see it when they make shots. These guys can beat anybody on any given day. They are a matchup nightmare with these two 6'11" guys running around doing all this stuff. Potential first-team All-League point guard. Maybe Zach Irvin shows up again at some point. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman in the second half.
Yeah, he was a
total game changer when
really
he gets that nose going to the rim like that.
He could look to pass.
They can look really good at times. So I think that's the bigger thing than, are they in or are they out? Because there's 2 or 3 weeks left here. It might as well be another month of the year.
Wagner, you mentioned those bigs. Tonight was his night, first half anyway. 22 in the first half, and was just unguardable. Purdue couldn't, it was one of those, you make a decision. You either got to close out hard and he blows by you if you're big, or you give him room and he hits a three. He is, in stretches, as good as about as good as it gets for a college five. I mean, in terms of skill and everything else. I mean, it's when he's locked, not every day, but in stretches, offensively. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
To quote Derrick Walton, he's a problem.
I talked to Spike Albrecht. He said he was a pro.
He's a pro.
He's a pro.
All right. Well,
he said he's been saying it for years.
The thing with Wagner, beyond everyone sees the skill set, it's undeniable what he can do and how bright of a future he has. The thing that I think kind of is more important in the here and now is when he gets going and he's making shots. This team kind of gets a different air to it. Right, they feed off of him, kind of similarly maybe to how the 14 team fed off of Stauskas when he would make 3 threes in 2 minutes, break a game open, everyone's losing it, and they start looking amazing and all this stuff. When he is who he should be, Michigan is what Michigan should be, if that makes any sense.
Right.
They love him. It's so obvious that they love that guy that when he starts getting going, they put up 45 and a half without blinking,
But in the second half, it was Walton, of course. First half was Wagner. Second half, Derrick Walton in his last game here. 17, 10, and 5 for, you called it earlier, a guy who might be the All-Big Ten point guard of the year. Just kind of touch on his just some of the stuff we didn't see a month or two ago, and now we're seeing him make. There were moments tonight where I said that reminded me of sophomore Trey Burke.
Sure,
frankly, going and getting a basket, going and doing whatever you're going to do, and
I think you can use tonight as a perfect example of how far he's come. Because remember in the first half, most of the stuff that Wagner was doing was coming off of the two-man game with Walton on the high ball screen that Purdue just couldn't defend.
All day.
And Walton was just carving up. He made the right decision every single time the ball's in his hand. He knows when to go, knows when to pass, knows who's hot, knows where everyone is. And then in the second half, what happens? Purdue starts switching on all their ball screens. So now their bigs are getting stuck on Michigan's guards. Walton sees that, his eyes light up, and he knows that he can just dribble drive all day, and he can either go and score on his own, or he can collapse the defense and find guys on the perimeter, find Duncan Robinson for a three, whatever. That kind of control, he kind of yo-yos the defenses right now, and that's, we can talk about his scoring and stuff as much as we want, and for a long time our conversation was if he's like a two-guard trapped in a point guard's body. He's a point guard right now, and defenses don't know what to do with him, and he's the pulse, man. If this thing goes, it's gonna be him taking them. You know, we can talk about Mo Wagner and his skills, but he is Derrick Walton is the life of this team.
Well, big week, of course, again, coming up. Michigan closes its regular season at Northwestern on Wednesday?
Wednesday at Northwestern, and next weekend.
Sunday.
Is it Saturday or Sunday? I don't know.
Sunday night game, right?
Sunday night game,
Sunday night
8 p.m. Eastern.
You win both, you're definitely in.
You win
you
both.
Beat Northwouldnest. You beat
If they
Northwestern
win
on
both
Wednesday,
of those games, they might go into the Big Ten tournament as the favorite to win that tournament.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but they'd be in contention.
They've won 4 of their last 5 with wins over Wisconsin, Michigan State,
they've been
and
red
Purdue.
Hot, no question. Yeah.
If they go into that tournament on that kind of tear,
I probably wouldn't want to play them. No.
No one wants to play them. Period.
No. And if they go into the NCAA tournament, if they indeed make it, I mean, let's just close out on this. Is this team capable of an actual run here? I mean, if they're playing,
I think so.
Like this,
I think so.
Given everything else,
the way that they can score the ball, the matchup.
I mean, they just played a team tonight that had 2 7-foot bigs who pummel people, and they ran them out of the building.
Like 6'8", but that's okay.
Whatever.
Just 2 monsters.
He feels like he's 10 foot tall the way he plays.
2 monsters.
Right.
Yeah.
So 2 giant, physical basketball team that usually they have problems with, and they ran them out of the building.
I think the defense is now capable, and some of that has just
holding
been
water.
Some of that has been just things evening out because teams were making a lot of threes before. Some of it was on the defense. Some of it was just teams were making a lot of threes. But the fact that the defense is now just not an open door, and they can outscore anyone.
Oh yeah.
They have NBA talent. They have an all-league point guard. There ain't that many good college basketball teams out there.
Right.
So when they play like this, but at the same time, I was at Rutgers the other day.
Yep.
And that was clearly a game where it was just like they're just going to need to, they were like grinding stones together just to try to get through that 40 minutes, and it was pretty bad. But when they come ready to play, they can do it, man. I think they could. If they run into some bad matchups, a team with like an uber athletic wing and stuff like that could get a little dicey. But they held their own against these 2 behemoths down low tonight. So if they get in and they're playing with this level of confidence, and they got seniors, it's a good combination.
Well, we'll see if it happens. Brendan will be back with you on Wednesday from Northwestern. Beautiful Welsh Ryan Fieldhouse, Arena, whatever the hell it's called.
It'll be an interesting one. Because they're getting desperate out there now.
Getting desperate. Big game Wednesday. I'm sure it'll be a jumping crowd and everything else. So Brendan will be there to get it all in for you. Until then, we'll talk to you guys later.